It's 410 horsepower and 460 foot-pounds of torque. You don't have to start with a rig like this. You can overland in anything. Wherever we are, we want to make it feel like home. Hey y'all, I'm Fernando Rivero. This is my rig, my little home away from home. She's called La Mulita Viajera. That's Spanish for the traveling armadillo that's specific to a little country I'm from in South America called Uruguay. This is our kitchen. We have an oven and a stove. It's a 3-burner stove. It's very efficient. It burns very warmly, so it doesn't take long to heat things up. The oven works great. These will come typically without an oven, but my wife likes to bake and I like to eat baked goods, so we went with the oven. But you can do, typically there's a 3-burner stove and then a microwave underneath, which I've never found a utility for a microwave. They take so much energy. We're never plugged in, so we went with the stove instead. This is all our kind of monitoring, so it tells me about battery, fresh water, gray water, black water, and propane. And then this is our solar charger. We have 360 amps of solar. We can be off-grid indefinitely. This is our inverter. We have a 2,000 watt inverter, so we can charge whatever we need to charge. These are tank heaters and pump heaters, so even in the coldest weather, we can, the pump and the water are inside here, but that pump heater will keep the pump warm so it doesn't freeze, and then the tank heater keeps the holding tanks warm. We have a nice size fridge with a little freezer. We have a good size sink, which is really critical for washing dishes. Plenty of room in there. We have lots and lots of storage, so all these upper cabinets are part of our kitchen. Each cabinet kind of has its own utility, and again, in tiny living, you always, everything in its place and a place for everything. These are our dishes: coffee cups, cocktail mugs, cocktail shaker, bowls, things like that. So kind of all our dishes are there. And then this is sort of the coffee bar area. So we have coffee, our coffee press goes in here. There's actually a plug for your phone. And we have these drawers down here, which are kind of our utensils and kitchen towels and things like that. Really everything we have at home in smaller quantities, we have here. This is really our home away from home. We spend sometimes extended periods and we never miss home. One thing I forgot to mention in the kitchen that I think was a really thoughtful addition is this pull-out cutting board. So it actually comes out quite a bit, and then it actually lifts out so you can use it outside. But again, a really thoughtful addition. So this is our bedroom. It looks small, but it's actually quite comfortable. So the mattress is very, very comfortable. It actually has the Froley spring system underneath. So the bed is as comfortable as our bed at home. You get used to the space, the sort of vertical space, to where now we don't even think twice about it. Some nice shelving up top that's super solid. We have the 4 windows. If you're somewhere like on the ocean camping, somewhere where you're nice and secluded, we just leave them uncovered and you wake up and kind of have a 360-degree view. This area, there's storage underneath, so they take the back seat out if you want. It's not mandatory, but they'll build this deck. There's full storage underneath, and this is where our dog lives. So we have a cover for the front here, so when it gets really cold, this is kind of an insulated cover. It snaps on there, keeps the cold air out. Actually makes quite a difference having that there. I've been camping my whole life. As a kid, we immigrated here from South America, and my dad bought a truck and a camper almost immediately. And so this is how we grew up, and I always loved it. We meet people all over on the road. No matter where you stop, people want to ask questions about your rig. If you see people that are overlanders, they will come talk to you. We've made a lot of lifelong friends that are full-time overlanders. We have friends right now that have been traveling the world for 3 to 4 years. We have other friends that have been on the road for 15 years. And we've met them just by seeing an overland rig and going and talking to them or having them come talk to us. So the community is amazing, and it's all really kind, nice people who just love the outdoors and want to enjoy the outdoors and nature and explore, and who appreciate cool rigs and you know, what you've done like to make it your home. And so the community is amazing. That's really one of the big attractions. So this is kind of our living and lounge area. It's actually quite spacious, so it's pretty comfortable for up to 4 people. It has this table that we can pop out and kind of get it out of the way, but it kind of rotates so you can get in and out. It's really, really nice for dinner. If it's cold outside, we spend most of our time outside. We have our place for our iPad here, so if we want to get out of the weather and watch a movie or something, we can put the iPad up there. This turns into bed, which is really nice, and there's full storage underneath. So the water and a lot of the systems are under kind of the back part here, but this whole front part of the seating area is storage. So we have shoes and cleaning supplies and things that we don't necessarily use every day kind of live under here. One of the things that most impressed us about this rig was the storage for everything. So we use these packing cubes, which really makes everything much more handy. Everything kind of packs down and then it just stacks in there. So we can bring literally weeks or months of clothing in that little tiny cabinet. This is the bathroom. It's a full wet bath, so it has a toilet, shower, and a sink. It's a little tight to shower, but it works really well when nothing else is available. It actually has a little medicine cabinet in there for meds, and there's a ceiling fan to ventilate. So it's nice and roomy and actually works quite well. This has become our home. We don't stay in hotels a lot because we like having our own bed and our own kitchen and our own bathroom. So very rarely will we ever plug in. So to run the AC, you really need to either be plugged in or run a generator. But it works great. It'll cool this whole area down in literally minutes, and it has a heating strip, which is nice as well. So we've been winter camping before when it was 5 below in Silverton, and we were actually plugged in and were able to run the heating strip along with the furnace and never ever got cold at all. And actually we really didn't need the heating strip, but it's nice to have that as a backup. You don't have to start with a rig like this. You can overland in anything. I've known people that overland in Subarus and live out of a Subaru for extended periods of time. You see the $400,000 or $500,000 rigs with the 40-inch tires, and there's no places that I can't go in this just as comfortably and just as capably. And there's really no place you can't go in an all-wheel drive Astrovan or a Subaru. So it's not about the rig, it's about where you go, it's about your experiences. So, I mean, we're not full-time. We will eventually sort of do full-time, part-time within the next couple of years. So I can't speak to full-timing, but we've spent enough time in this that I know that when we're out for a month or more, we don't miss home. We don't miss our brick and mortar house, because this becomes our home. It becomes your routine. You have everything you need. You are exploring incredible places. So I encourage anybody who's at all interested to just get out and do it. Find a way that you can balance your work and life. That's something that a lot of people don't ever find, is work-life balance. Like your home, the outside is an extension of your living area. We have this awning that is actually quite sturdy in most winds. It just cranks out, takes about 20 seconds to open it up, and it just really extends your living space. We always throw out a rug because we want to kind of make it feel, wherever we are, we want to make it feel like home. We have a lot of storage around the rig. This side compartment holds all our water, our hoses, and our filters. We filter all the water we put into the rig. It holds 2 of these chairs. It holds a little cocktail table folded up. So it's actually a very useful cabinet. This is where we fill our water. There's a plug out here if you need to charge your phone or something. You can charge it out here while you're sitting outside. All right, so this is the back of our rig. Has a ladder to access everything on the roof, the solar panels, our rack up there. We keep our Max Tracks up there. We carry our bikes on this rack, folds down nicely. And then we have this box that carries everything. So our stove, anything that's flammable, I put out here. So we have our stove and the propane for the stove and charcoal, and then kind of some extra accessories and straps and our dog's life jacket and all our firewood tools. So lots and lots of room there. And then these swing out. The bumper is made by Luminous. It was a custom make it for this rig. So it's a sort of one-off. The whole bumper has storage accessible from the middle, and from each side there's storage. So again, just one of the really nice features about this rig is it has a very solid off-road bumper. It's high clearance and just a ton of storage back here as well. So this is the front of our rig. It's a 2020 Chevy 3500 HD. Has the off-road package, so it has a rear locking differential, which makes this rig very capable. We have some LED lights on the front, some yellow for fog, and some nice white driving lights. The motor's the big block. It's 410 horsepower and 460 foot-pounds of torque, and it never lacks for power. This thing will pull hills at whatever speed you want to go. It drives super easy. It's like driving a normal pickup truck. It handles really well. It's quiet. You can hear yourself talk. You can hear music. Has heated steering wheel and heated seats and all the good stuff to keep you warm in the winter as well. So that's the truck. We want to be able to go wherever. We want to be able to get off grid. We want to be able to get in the backcountry where there's not a lot of people. Our goal is always to sort of get away from normal hustle and bustle. And the plan eventually is to kind of tour Mexico, South America, Central America. And we want to be able to be completely self-sufficient, including being able to get in and out of places without having to have help. So that's what attracts me to. And I love the sort of simple, off-grid, low-impact nature of an overlanding rig. We are on Instagram and on Facebook. Our Instagram is the same name as our camper, La Mulita Viajera, LAMULITA VIAJERA, La Mulita Viajera. We post a lot of it's mostly camping and overlanding content. There's a lot of hiking, a lot of biking, some climbing, some skiing. It's mostly, that's kind of our adventure site. Check it out, follow us. Life is good. Get out there and enjoy it.